What is up, guys? This is Mario B coming back from Wisconsin on Classic Cult Cinema. Today we are talking about the classic John Candy comedy from 1989 called Who's Harry Crumb? Who is Harry Crumb? Well, you're about to find out, maybe. This movie's from 1989, like I said, directed by Paul Flaherty. IMDb synopsis: Harry Crumb is a bumbling and inept private investigator who is hired to solve the kidnapping of a young heiress, which he's not expected to solve because his employer is the mastermind behind the kidnapping. Yep, like I said, this movie is classic. Used to be on HBO all the time. Used to watch this one on the regular. Might have saw this one in the theater with J Money. I don't remember. We used to go see everything. We saw Hot to Trot in the theater, for crying out loud. So he could confirm. I can't remember. So yeah, so let's get to the notes that I took while watching this last night. Movie opens up with that classic TriStar logo with the Pegasus running. Takes me back. I'm not sure TriStar is a thing anymore. Like I said, I don't have a research department, so Bill, get on that. I'll bill you, expense you for resources. We got dangerously close to Bush right out of the gate when the sister is getting ready for her mud massage. She's stripping down. Thought, ooh, that camera's going to go up there, but pulled back just at the right time. So like I said, the movie was directed by Paul Flaherty. He had ties to John Candy through SCTV. They did a lot of work together. Didn't do a whole lot else, but he went on to direct such illustrious features like 18 Again with George Burns and Clifford, not the dog, Clifford with Charles Grodin and Martin Short. If I saw that one, I don't remember it, so sounds like a classic. Don't put that one in the Calderon. I'm not watching it. Jeffrey Jones shows up as Elliot Dreisen, his boss. Yeah, he had some legal issues. Won't get into it, but I had to look because I couldn't remember exactly what the problem was, but apparently he had some issues with some, let's just say, underage performers and things that he wanted them to do. So yeah, it's always weird. I mean, he's in a lot of great 80s movies. Ferris Bueller, Beetlejuice, this. I mean, it's just weird seeing him now, knowing all that stuff. But yeah, and originally John Candy wanted John Larroquette for the role of Elliot, and I think you could have swapped him out and you wouldn't have skipped a beat. That would have been great. I mean, John Larroquette can play, this kind of character too, who's a dick and, kind of smarmy. And yeah, I think that actually would have been really good. Then we get Annie Potts shows up as the wife of the dad that they're married now. They weren't married before, but yeah, she shows up and damn, I forgot how good she looked back then. Still doesn't look bad now. I mean, she's a little bit older, but she's still fuckable. I mean, hey, don't judge. So then we get a Lyle Alzado sighting after Harry breaks through the window. And that whole scaffolding scene, that was great, where he's trying to get pictures of the couple that are, I think he's trying to get pictures of somebody cheating in the hotel room. That whole scene was great. Miss John Candy and all that physical comedy and everything that he used to do. Man, we didn't know what we had, and now he's gone, unfortunately. The scene after that, when he's walking up to his office and it's all dusty out, and he says hello to that old couple right before he goes to his door, and they don't say anything, and he just goes, "Nice people." That made me laugh. I like that. So then we got James Belushi cameo on the bus when Harry's going out to LA to do his big case and go to the office. Thought that was kind of weird. I don't know if he was either really big or not big enough in 89 to have an uncredited cameo like that to just show up. But either way, he looked like an asshole. Elliot has a pterodactyl egg on his desk. And of course, Harry picks it up and acts like it's a football. And Elliot freaks out, and then he tells him to put it back. And John Candy says, Elliot, this might be worth something. Foreshadowing for later. Tim Jack Death Thomerson shows up playing tennis. He plays Annie Potts' tennis instructor, who she's also having an affair with. Tim Thomerson, the great, Jack, like I said, Jack Death from Trancers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But Bill, can you edit in a picture of him from Golden Girls right here in drag from that one scene? Thank you. And then we get classic John Candy, the whole scene when he's talking to the dad with all the fishing lures and the fish and the darts and everything. It's great stuff. We get the classic fake chest hair on the crotch gag when he's at the spa talking to the lady that got choked out, that was giving the other lady the massage. And then Elliot has blue balls. He wants to get with Annie Potts so bad, and she just won't give it up. Man, he's trying, but we know in real life that's not what he wanted, but in the movie he did. Speaking of Annie Potts, why would she want to give Harry a foot job at the dinner scene? I didn't understand. Is she just that much of a nympho that she wanted to do that? I guess, I don't know. I thought that was weird. And then Tim the butler is played by Wesley Mann, who I had to look it up because he looked familiar. He is the same guy that played the turtle guy on Night Court. It had the disorder where he talked really slow and actually basically looked like a turtle. So I'll do with that what you will. I just thought that was a little fun tidbit there. The scene when they're on the roof and they're trying to do surveillance, and of course Harry falls through the window, and then he's on the ceiling fan, and the little kid fucks with him and makes it go really fast. But that didn't look like a dummy at all, did it? Great scene though. Great movie action music in this movie when they're driving. Those scenes where they're doing that and with the saxophone and everything in the background, just classic movie music there. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Commando. Then we get a Count Floyd sighting. Joe Flaherty. I didn't look, like I said, no research department. Didn't look to see if him and Paul Flaherty, the director, were related or not. Could be. I don't know if Flaherty is a common Canadian name like Smith or Arnett. And then we had nipples when they're in the hotel room. There were nipples there. You can hide them under a black bra, but I saw them. Nice nipples. And then the whole scene when Harry's on the bike and he asks what this switch is, and Elliot says, I don't know, maybe it's a brake. He's like, why is it a brake? And of course he hits it, flies through, smashes all of Elliot's dinosaurs and shit, and says, you know what, Elliot? You're right. It was a brake. Good stuff. More great 80s music when they're driving. When Annie Potts throws the metal briefcase and hits Tim Thomerson in the head, that was great. That made me laugh. And then Tim Thomerson's just casually waving a gun around in the airport. The 80s, man. What a time. When he is on the top of the stair car and Shawnee Smith is driving him around because they got to get to the airport to stop him from flying away. And the pilot says, what the fuck was that? Yep. And then at the end, after everything works out and they all lived happily ever after, the song that plays over the closing credits is Big Fun, Harry Crumb by The Temptations. That was a great song. You got to go look it up. Yeah, I don't remember that one, but yeah, that was great. I'm just talking about Harry Crumb. Well, I can dig it. So yeah, this movie from '89 with John Candy, right in the sweet spot there. It's a classic. I'm going 2 big toes here. I remember this movie being really good, and it still holds up. Might be a little dated, some of the stuff, but can't go wrong with John Candy bumbling around in costumes and just doing his thing, physical comedy and all that. A lot of great actors in here, good cast. So yeah, this is enjoyable, and at 90 minutes, it flies right by. Even on Tubi with the ad breaks, just no trouble to watch this one at all. So yeah, 2 big toes going out to Harry Crumb, R.I.P. John Candy. We miss you. But yeah, if he was still alive, he'd probably be making shitty movies now with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider. So I guess whatever. So yeah, that is Mario B signing out. And next I'll be back to talk about Slugs number 1.